What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. We are in the midst of setting up Sauron. I just had a buddy come over and help me carry the body and, install the arms. So I'm finishing setting it up. I feel like my last video was very crappy. Like it wasn't fully set up. It was bad lighting. We finally got it here in the man cave. And we got a decent amount of space as well above him. I measured it. And it looks like it's just about right. I mean, I could throw like a lazy Susan under there to boost it up an inch or two, but that shelf is to the top. But I think it also is fine. His head's just slightly above. I mean, if you count that as the top of his head, like that's much taller it is. And it's about the same head height as that Sauron is. And then this is how, it's going to be angled for that. And then, when we eventually get the Witch King, you can have his sword kind of coming off right here to ensure sufficient width. Of course the finger, just like the last one, does not fit here. So I'm going to have to heat this up and slightly move it back. Now I did want to show you guys the light up. I never showed it last time, but check out this light up feature. So you can see all the writing and then it like goes in and out. You can kind of see right there. It's almost like a... It's not a crack, is it? It actually kind of looks like a crack in the ring right there. Yeah, that's a crack for sure. Doubt I'll get a replacement though. Of course, it's right where you see it as well, Jupiter. But, I won't be using the light up too often. But I'm going to have to heat that up. Then we'll install the cape and all the other little things and, finish it. The shoulder blades, which are in the other room. It looks way weird without the shoulder blades. Like, dude, this guy doesn't really work out his shoulders or traps. I did have to remove a bunch of stuff just to get it in here because we had to carry the body up over this, to get it through. I'll have to do this exact same thing, like remove stuff when I eventually get the Witch King. And Gandalf Ultimate, probably not. I'll just carry that piece by piece in here. But we did have to move all the statues away. And then here's the instruction pamphlet. I'm going to be throwing away the boxes, just do not have the space for them. So here's all the instructions. I know the cape is super, super long. Might even have it flowing behind the shelf. But this is, of course, the final look. Anyways, folks, we're just going to go ahead and heat up the finger to get that installed and get everything finished. I am going to contact, Secret Compass Online, who I got this through, regarding this finger to see if it is possible to get a replacement since there is a little crack in it. It's not a huge deal, and once it's installed, it's like I'm not really going to see it unless I turn the light up on. Still, I wouldn't mind having it, replaced. Anyways, folks, stay tuned to get Sauron fully set up. Alrighty, YouTubers, we finally have Sauron all set up here in the man cave. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper and just see how it looks. And I did have the wife come check it out because I wanted to give you guys her opinion as well. So basically just had her come sit in the chair so you can kind of like, see it like that. So I did have to use her hair dryer to get the finger in. And once I got the finger in, that like polystone thing moves when you heat it up. It kind of moved back to the original position. Now the finger won't come off, so I'll have to heat it up again if I want to remove it. Maybe I need to like hold it out of place while it cools down so it, gets in a position where I can remove the finger easily. So right now I can't remove that finger, so I'm going to have to heat it up again. I can't even get this thing in full shot. Let me see if I can edit this. There you go. Boom. That's the nice thing about the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It has all these camera option modes so you guys can truly see, what a behemoth this piece is. So I do got a nice solid, maybe 4 inches above his head. I mean, I don't like statues being too close to the ceiling. Like even him, like I would not want him any closer. I think I got the heights just right on, Sauron and the Nazgul. And the Witch King is just as tall as the Nazgul. So his sword will be just as tall. We should have definitely enough space to fit the Witch King. You know, like the plan is coming to fruition. So, yeah. So let me tell you first my wife's thoughts, then I'll dive in. So the wife likes this more than Thanos bust. She says it's cooler, more intimidating, bigger presence. And she just likes it more. You know, so that is what the wife said. She was just like, oh my gosh, this is huge. Gargantuan. Wow. That was literally like what she said. So let's analyze this. So the base, fantastic, looks great. Lord of the Rings logo, you know, similar to the Nazgul. I like it. Looks good. It also, you know, has the whole like spiked look to resemble, you know, like Barad-dûr or, you know, any of the towers really within Lord of the Rings that have that similar look, which I like. I think it works good. The base plays in good to the statue. It is kind of a somewhat similar color. It's a slightly different tone of gray, you know, to give some separation, but it does look good. I will give them that. I like the base. I think it works good. You know, it was a pain getting it into the man cave, especially since I'm injured right now, but it wasn't, you know, like nearly as bad as Thanos bust. Thanos bust is much more difficult, you know, just because, you know, this guy, everything comes off. If we were to try to lift this and the arms were attached, let's say only the shoulders and, you know, just the shoulders came off, this would be impossible to move. So I can at least appreciate that, you know, everything comes off and, you know, it's just the body is the pain in the butt. The arms, the pins went in perfectly. You know, no issues. They literally just fell right in. Boom, done. And then the cape attaches actually to the pin, and then in the elbow where the armor sits, we'll get in closer in a little bit. Just want to get this really good wide angle shot for you guys. You know. So yeah, it's not that difficult to set up. Everything went in real smoothly. You know, no issues really there. I think this spot I put him in is really just perfect, honestly, because, you know, he's facing this way, because if he was facing that way, it wouldn't look as good. So he's facing directly in the middle of the room as like a nice centerpiece. You know, I get good angles. I can sit back and get a big wide angle, or I can sit closer to get that more up close visual detail. You know, but you could just, you know, like Jupiter's cock, it's so big. Yeah, easily like my biggest bust. You know, this, Thanos, we're not going to get any more busts these big. I simply don't have the space. You know, but this is definitely absolutely legendary, folks. So big. The presence is crazy, especially in the man cave, like sitting down. You know, I'm looking up at him, you know, like he's right in front of me. You know, it's just absolutely insane. You know, I can imagine if like Lord of the Rings was real life and you were a soldier in the battlefield just looking up at Sauron, who's, I forget. Alexa, how tall is Sauron in Lord of the Rings? Alexa's not listening right now.
Sauron, the main antagonist in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, is portrayed as a towering figure who stands at approximately 9 feet 2 inches, 2.79 meters, in height. This height is consistent across various interpretations.
Alexa, shut up. So 9 feet 2 inches. Yeah, that is gigantish. Gigantic. I mean, I'm 6'4", you know, so I would stand up to probably like right here to him. You know, because then you got, you know, he's 3 feet taller than me. So, absolutely ginormous, folks. You know, that's, Thanos, I think, is, was he like 8 feet or? Yeah, I think Thanos is 8 feet. So Sauron's definitely just overall a bigger character. The head is bigger than Thanos. Easily the biggest head and arms of any of my busts. The one thing Thanos has, I would say, is just like a thicker, just like chest area and torso. You know, I would say that's the only thing Thanos has, is he's just like bigger shoulders, you know. But if we do weigh, you know, like, you know, the pros and cons, you know, Thanos, the Infinity Gauntlet is cooler than Sauron's armor, but Sauron does have 2 hands. That's a huge deal in my opinion. An extra hand is way more detail, more presence. It's much better. I wish Thanos had 2 arms. But 1 arm's better than no arms, I will say that. You know, and granted, the Infinity Gauntlet is movie inaccurate. So, you know, it is what it is. It still looks really cool though. You know, of course, this is like armor versus Thanos' armor with a alien creature in it. So, you know, in this, like Sauron, is there an actual like human underneath all that? That was just like glorified in power, or is it just like an evil entity that possessed the armor? That I don't know of. And maybe we'll find out in Rings of Power. Like, is Sauron an actual, like, let's just say like a dark elf that, you know, is underneath all that armor?Maybe it's set in the books. I don't know. I know we're getting new Lord of the Ring movies, which is super exciting. You know, the Hunt for Gollum. And I absolutely would love to get a life-size Gollum, whether a bust or just a full figure. I know Andy Wright and Jupe Bongarts are both doing silicone life-size, and they both look amazing. You know, if I was to get the life-size Gollum, I'd probably throw it where we have the, you know, Predator in the closet, maybe. But yeah, Gollum would definitely be on my want list, especially since we're getting more Gollum. That just makes it even more enticing. You know, 'cause I'm sticking to the villains. You know, let's say we hypothetically do Infinity's Saruman right there. Yeah, I couldn't really make that shelf any longer. That arm is sticking out. I mean, I can scoot this over if I need to. As you see, there is several inches. But Infinity Saruman would be sick, and Gollum. Those are like the only other busts I would care to add. You know, I want to add main characters. Villains. Villains only for me. So no good guys. Villains just look cooler in Lord of the Rings. You know, like I don't need a life-size, you know, Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli, Frodo. No thanks. Not nearly as cool. All right, let's get some close-ups, folks. Let's adjust the camera to normal. Boom. All right, so here is the ring finger. Like I said, if I try to take this off, it's going to hit that right there. So I have to heat that up to get it to go out if I want to use the light up. So I think next time I'm going to heat it up and just like hold it back for like maybe it's just several minutes. That way the finger could go in and out without issue. So if I ever want to light this bad boy up, you know, granted, I'm not going to light it up too often. Now, and this one only has the writing when it's lit up. If it's not lit up, it's just a shiny metallic looking ring, you know, where, I mean, I have a ring down there that has writing. I have this ring that has writing. And this one also has writing. You know, if we compare this finger, I don't really want to, I'm just curious like on the sizing. You know, like, is this size accurate? I mean, I'm going to say yes. The ring feels bigger on the Prime 1. But the overall finger is about similar. I'd say Prime 1's a little bit thicker. Infinity Studios is a little bit more, you know, skinny. Just slightly skinnier than that. So, yeah, I'm just trying to compare it as well to the Prime 1 to look at any, you know, big differences between the two. And yeah, they're obviously very, very similar in a lot of ways. Yeah, they're like the same pose as well. Granted, he's not holding the mace. Yeah, these shoulder pads are freakishly big. Now, this thing was super dusty once I got it set up, folks. You know, like I would use a brush and I could literally visually see tons of dust coming off. So I brushed the whole thing and used an air thing to go ahead and get all the dust off. You know, and then I dusted all the surrounding statues to get it all on the ground so it could just be vacuumed up by my, you know, Roomba. Yeah, but check out the hand size in comparison to good old Flankster, you know, and let's see, let's compare right hand to right hand. Yeah, I'm wearing my brace. Hand is sprained, folks. So, gotta heal as quickly as possible, 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, this is definitely insane. Like, let me just, let's see, can we do this? Nah! Jupiter. Yeah. You know, if you're looking at the bust straight on from the logo, you know, like, you get more or less like a side profile of him. Plus, you can't even like see the ring. So sitting at like more like this angle, I would say is probably better. Like kind of where I was sitting in the chair. You want to be able to see the ring, see all the portrait, like that. That is the best angle, I would say. Granted, it's not like it looks bad at any angle. Any angle is cool. There is, some seam lines, obviously like this armor, you can see it's like a somewhat seam line, but I mean, I would think in real life it'd be similar, honestly. There's the seam on the arms down there, but again, it's probably be like that in real armor in real life. The one thing, I need to like put a piece of black fabric to cover. You can actually visually see the rope that holds the cape, So I'm probably just going to put a little piece of black fabric so I don't see that. It would solve that. Because I never put the cape on the last one. The armor is very aged looking. Very like old looking armor. And it's definitely like battle damaged. You can see just tons of craziness. And the colors are quite unique on it. It's almost like a silver, bronze, lots of different colors, I will say. But it looks really good in person, I will say. And huge shout out to, of course, Secret Compass for getting this to me. He shipped it day next, and I received it 1 business day later. Coming from Colorado, I was able to get this extremely quickly. And number 94 of 99, there is the COA. Let's see, this one is 126 of 798. Yeah, of course, there's going to be way less buyers. Now, as far as I'm aware, Sauron's pretty much sold out everywhere. It's not available anymore at Secret Compass. It's not available at like Spec Fiction or any U.S. retailers. Someone was selling it on Facebook recently, and I even talked to them, and they wanted like $5,800 plus shipping, and I know they sold it on payment plan. Other than that, I don't think this guy's available outside of maybe getting it out of China. And then, of course, shipping the 3 ginormous boxes is going to cost you probably $2,000. So if you wanted this in the U.S., it's going to cost you a lot more now, where I was able to get this at a really good deal. Yeah, so you can kind of see that side profile. Like if I'm coming into the room, we walk around Gandalf, first Balrog, and you got that. And then, of course, if we're looking in the middle of the display, boom. So we just need the Witch King right here. And we have, as you can see, plenty of space. And there's also this space here if I, need to move this over. I kind of just wanted it directly in the middle, which it is right now. But I think we should be good to fit Witch King here with no issues. And as far as like behind Sauron, I didn't really want anything, theoretically, I could put his mace right there if I wanted to, or the mace right there. But the thing is, I can't really fit statues underneath there, and I wanted to put something, so I think the mace works good down there. I think it's fine to just put Witch King here, Frodo there, Gandalf Ultimate there. If we were to get the cave troll, it'd be very difficult, honestly. Extremely difficult. We'll have to see on that. Time will tell. But overall, is it better than Thanos? That's a really hard one to say. I want to say no. I like Thanos better as a villain, as a character. I would say this definitely has the more presence, than Thanos. It's, a bigger overall piece. Thanos definitely has crazy big presence, but, like the wife said, this has gargantuan presence. As far as I'm aware, it's the largest bust I've ever seen. Granted, I did see a life-size Optimus bust at Yexel Toy Museum that was the size of a house. But, for normal, busts out there, this is the biggest bust ever made. And I doubt it's honestly going to be topped. How could they top it? It's definitely one of the best pieces in my collection. I will say that. It is absolutely phenomenal, folks, and I'm very happy to finally have it. And I think my plan worked out really good on, selling the DBZ and transitioning to this room, because these mega grails like this, are just statement pieces. Like, holy crap, your mouth drops type of statues. You know, it's truly just like magnificent. So absolutely crazy, folks. I'd love it. I can't wait to get Witch King and Gandalf Ultimate, you know, and maybe someday a Gollum. I mean, it might just be Gandalf Ultimate and Witch King is the last of it. I truly don't know, but you know, I would love to get a Gollum life size. If we could fit a Gollum life size where Predator's at, I think that would work really cool. You know, Gollum right here. There's also the Saruman that we potentially could get. You know, so, but yeah. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think of life-size Sauron bust. Finally in the flank cave. I know it took a hot minute because you're all like, what the fuck? But yeah, he looks glorious, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.